Hey guys, Rigo Murillo. Got one question for you. Do you even brand? I'm going to talk to you here in just a minute, and we're going to talk about why self-promoting, whether you're working for somebody or not, is so important. Talk to you in just a second. So I was in a recent conversation here with my team, and I made a joke that said, I bet you Steve Jobs has more followers in social media than Tim Cook does alive. And it wasn't meant to be insulting, but there is a reality to it. When I say a name like Steve Jobs, that name is synonymous with Apple. So we're talking about a brand worth over $263 billion, but very few people know who the CEO is. And that CEO is Tim Cook. Why is it that we know who Steve Jobs is, though he's dead, but we don't know who Tim Cook is? Now, let me flip that. Let me give you a name like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, a founder of companies like Tesla, SpaceX, PayPal. See, Tim Cook has 12.8 million followers on Twitter, and Elon Musk has 51.8 million followers on Twitter. We know Elon Musk because Elon Musk has spent a majority of his time not just building and innovating, he is a disruptor. He's a disruptor in his market. So the question I have for you is, are you putting yourself out there? Business owners, entrepreneurs, free agents, entrepreneurs, this is for all of you. I'm going to give you a couple reasons why it's so important to build your own self-brand. Reason number one, building a brand as an individual is not only a necessity, it's the responsibility of a professional in any business. Instead of just taking information that doesn't create value, just regurgitating maybe something from your company, why don't you spend a little time focusing on what brings you value? Because when you increase your value, you're increasing the value of who you represent. A company that's confident and secure in how they treat their employees, how they pay you, this is how you're going to be able to tell. A company that is insecure with how they treat their employees is going to have a very difficult time with this. They're not going to be comfortable with you promoting yourself or branding. And that should honestly be a warning sign. A little bonus tip there. Number two, customers buy you before they buy your product or service. Allowing the market to get to know you better, allowing them to begin to connect with you and build that bond with you, what it's going to start to do is allow the level of trust to be built before you even get to an opportunity where you have the chance to pitch or close a deal. They buy you first. And this is something that we've known in sales for a long time, yet we're not utilizing the tools that we have to grow your brand in front of the potential customer or client. Listen, here's how this works. If I don't know you and if you're not giving me value, even if I know your company, I'm going to go to the person that I know better and trust more before I go to you if I'm going to take business to your company. Okay, so number three, it builds credibility. How does that build credibility? Well, there are a lot of trends and changes and nuances of your business that you know about. If you're doing your job as a professional, this is your opportunity to speak on it. Not as a prophet, but speak on it. Make some predictions. Talk about changes that are coming. Because here's what happens. Number one, in that entire element, you create this huge opportunity for engagement. People are going to agree, disagree. You get to communicate, and now you're driving something of interest. But what happens if you're right? See, if some of your predictions start to become right, guess what happens? Huge credibility. A lot of us have those thoughts in our head where we're like, we knew that. I knew that was going to happen. But you didn't say anything. Look, you can't be wrong when you're giving an opinion and showing what evidence you have in front of you. It's about engagement, and it's about getting the opportunity to get a couple right. Number four, I think this one's pretty important, and that's people want to do business with winners. You don't walk into a doctor's office and say, hey, I'm looking for a so-so doctor, mediocre. I've actually like a nurse to maybe miss taking my blood. I'd like the needle to hit me about a half a dozen to a dozen times before she actually hits the vein. Nobody wants to do business with somebody who's not at the top of their game. Every time we go somewhere, we want the best. We look for the best mechanic. We look for the best dentist. We look for the best doctors. We look for the best. Share your wins. Talk about the things that you're doing. Give some value that shows you as a standout from the competition. You're not only competing with other members of the same field in your market, you're also competing with those in your workplace. Listen, this is what I'm doing right here. I'm giving value and lessons learned of my career to help you get better. What do I get out of it? Exposure. And that's it. Give the opportunity for the market to get to know you as a winner. This is going to pay dividends. It will always pay dividends in the end. Take a leap of faith. Don't be afraid. Put things out. Let people read about it. And you know what? A 4.5 reason it gets you practice. If you're growing and you're brand new in your field and you don't have all of these wins or you don't have the years of experience, then more importantly, now is your time to really get people to know you. And this stuff doesn't come easy, but you know what? It is fun. And when somebody likes it, there's nothing better than you helping somebody else grow in their field. Listen, if any of what I just brought to you was of value, please let me know. Like, subscribe, share, heart. I'm going to eventually figure out which platforms do what, but here's the deal. I want to know what your thoughts are, and I want to hear from you. And as always, make tomorrow better than today. Rigo Murillo signing out. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.